Welcome to the Free Your Spirit podcast. My name is Louise Wilson. I'm a mystic, healer, entrepreneur, and business coach, and I am obsessed with helping you open up the lines of communication with your spirit so that you can receive the wisdom, the guidance, the clarity, and confidence you need to reach your big goals and dreams. Hello there, fellow soul travelers, and welcome to this inaugural episode of the Free Your Spirit podcast. I am so excited to be here today and so excited that you took the leap of faith and have pressed play to join us. So, the Free Your Spirit podcast, what are we going to be talking about? Well, I am absolutely obsessed with helping creatives, professionals, moms, entrepreneurs in opening up the lines of communication with their spirit so that they can receive the wisdom, the creative downloads, the clarity, the guidance they need to reach their big goals and dreams. And why am I so obsessed with this topic? Well, I have a very beautiful, intentional relationship with my spirit. We talk, communicate, daily, and especially in the nighttime hours in my dreams. And I've learned how to open up those lines of communication to receive the guidance I need and to leverage that beautiful wisdom that spans many, many lifetimes and leverage that power in my everyday life and in my business. But it wasn't always this way. As a child, I grew up in a very religious environment. I was very fearful. I had all my fears about the devil and all this kind of thing because I was raised a Catholic. So that wasn't a very nurturing environment for me to really kind of lean into more of who I am as a spiritual being outside of the confines of, say, a religious order. So as I moved through life, I was a very quiet, very reserved 16-year-old child and very dedicated. I worked really, really hard. I had big goals. I had very big goals. Although I was quietly working away, I wanted to be an entrepreneur. And I'd seen a vision of myself actually getting off an aeroplane, stepping off an aeroplane. I had a leather briefcase in my hand. It was international global travel and I was extremely successful. And I saw that vision for myself. But as I moved through the education system, no matter how hard I worked, because I'm dyslexic, I didn't get the results. The system consistently told me that I was stupid because I didn't match the system. I was kind of like, it didn't work for me. And I didn't function in that environment. And so by the age of 21, when I emerged, all of those dreams, I buried them because I had the belief now that I was stupid. And stupid people don't run successful businesses. So at 21, I given up on the dream and basically thought, well, that's that then. This is my life now and I just have to accept whatever comes my way. And that's what I did. And I never really pushed myself beyond what I knew I could achieve. So I was ambitious, but I never stretched myself beyond anything that I was absolutely certain that I would get that particular job. And so I carried on like this for another decade. And at age 33, I just moved to Amsterdam with my first husband. And that was when the event happened. I separated from my first husband. It had become an increasingly unhappy marriage, but we'd kind of muddled through while we were living in London. But once I moved to Amsterdam, all of the networks, I think, that were keeping us and binding us together, one of them being, full disclosure, a beautiful house in London overlooking Tooting Common. I didn't want to give that up. We had a joint network of friends, but now we were in Amsterdam. I didn't want to give them up either, But once I got to Amsterdam, the cracks really started to widen. And within 3 months, he was desperately unhappy. And I knew that I couldn't keep him happy, make him happy. And so I left. And that was the most painful time of my life. I don't think I will ever experience that intensity, that deep sadness ever again in my life. And I can say that with confidence because I have the tools now to, I have that connection with my spirit, that sort of guidance and clarity and strength that I can lean into. But I didn't have those tools back then. So my spiritual journey began at that point, after that event. When you feel as though you've got nothing to lose, you've got everything to gain. So I really started to explore my spirituality. I began to realize there was something more for me out there. I began to reawaken those dreams, and I became gradually fearless because I had to do something. I felt I'd lost everything, and so I started to go for jobs that I wouldn't normally go for. And incredible breakthrough. I went for a position at Greenpeace International actually they approached me. I'd applied for a secretarial job, and they looked at my CV and they're like, this woman needs to come in. We want to interview her for a position of finance manager. And so they reached out to me, and I applied for that job. They hadn't even drafted the job description yet, but they said, what kind of job do you want? And I told them, and I was a match. And I went for the job and I got it. And I was managing multi-million-dollar budgets, talking, liaising with the campaigners across Greenpeace worldwide. But it was a really amazing opportunity. And the reason why I'm sharing this is because I started to connect more with who I truly was. I became fearless. I started to go for things. I had a lot more confidence. And the more I realized that I'd had this narrow escape from living a life sort of locked in sort of despair, really, and letting go of my dreams, I thought, man, oh man, I'm 33. It shouldn't have taken me this long. And I want to help others to get there faster, because if you have a vision, if you have a big vision, it's because it's coming from that beautiful place inside of you that is infinite, immortal, and eternal. And likely it's really big. It's a really big vision because you're a really big, powerful, spiritual being that's living in a physical body. And the more that you can tap into that power inside of you, then the more opportunity you will have to leverage that wisdom to help you, to guide you, to support you, to reach those dreams. And as you manage your own personal energy, you'll start to attract opportunities into your life. This is where the magic unfolds, as you lean into that place inside of you that is so, so powerful. So I realized, this is what I want to do. I want to work with others, and I want to open a beautiful space, a retreat center, and it's going to be made of all natural products. And that's where we're going to do the work, where I'm going to support people to rediscover their purpose, their passion, follow that with courage, live their dreams, create and live a life that's filled with joy and purpose, following your bliss. That was so important to me. And I knew that the more people awakened to the power within, that they let go of all of the fears and doubts, that this truly could become possible. But it took me a long time to get to where I am today. It didn't happen overnight. It's 20 years since I moved to Canada, and my journey took a lot of twists and turns. And I believe that as I look back, it took me a lot longer than it should have, really, to get to where I am today. I say should have, but I know that every step on my journey was a lesson. I had to learn those lessons. I had to understand the steps that you needed to take, I needed to take to be able to manifest what I truly desired in life. And there was a lot of stuff I had to let go of in order for me to do this, to do the work that I do today. A lot of fears, doubts, limiting beliefs, deep subconscious beliefs. I had to let go of all of that stuff so that I could be courageous and fearless in following my big vision. I also needed to understand more of who I was as an infinite, immortal, eternal spiritual being who carries within her many, many lifetimes of powerful gifts. This isn't my first rodeo. I've been a healer in a past life, and I have powerful gifts that were slumbering within me that I needed to reawaken and reactivate, and all of this becomes possible as you open yourself to understanding more of who you are as an infinite, immortal, spiritual being. And I had to connect with that. And I also had to learn that lesson of how to communicate with my spirit, how to dial in whenever I needed to, how to understand and interpret the messages that were coming my way so I could leverage that powerful wisdom in my everyday life and business. And that's why I am so obsessed with helping others, because I don't want to take you forever to reach your big goals and dreams. I know I've been down every rabbit hole. I've experienced the challenges. I know what it takes to lean in, to dial into your spirit, to let go of all the things that are holding you back so that you can really follow those big visions. And I'm obsessed in sharing this work with others. So that's what we're going to be doing in this podcast, the Free Your Spirit podcast. I'm going to be sharing with you everything you need to know, the strategies, the tools, everything to help you open up the lines of communication with your spirit so that you can unlock your spiritual superpowers and live a beautiful life filled with peace, joy, and purpose. Create and live your big vision and dream. So we're going to be talking about in the podcast, how to connect. How do you open up the lines of communication with your spirit? We come from source. We are spiritual beings, first and foremost, that are living in a physical body. And so I'm going to be sharing with you how you can open up the lines of communication with your spirit, because that is where the magic happens. That is the key. That is where you'll start to receive the clarity and the guidance and the wisdom you need to move forward powerfully and confidently in your life. Also going to be talking about and sharing with you the fact that we are multi-layered spiritual beings. We've lived many, many, many lifetimes. We carry within us a wealth of wisdom and gifts that have traveled with us from one lifetime to the next. And so it's all about coming to understand more of who you are as a spiritual being so that you can activate the best, all of the gifts that have traveled with you from one lifetime to the next. And so you can release and let go of the rest, all of the stuff that doesn't serve and support you. So it's really about exploring your past life history and also your ancestral history. Because when you stand in a room, thousands stand with you. You are a new shoot on an ancient root. And there are so many gifts that have traveled through your ancestral lineage. Your ancestors live within you. They're encoded in your DNA. And so again, you have an opportunity as you do the work to explore the best and release and let go of the rest. We're also going to be talking about energy. We come from source energy. That is who we are. It's our essence. So it's really important that we really open ourselves up to, that we remain connected to source, to that high vibe energy and vibration, that we maintain our frequency, because this is the challenge we experience, as spiritual beings living in a physical body. I'm just going to have to hydrate because I'm so excited. But as spiritual beings living in a physical body, we do the day-to-day stuff, right? We do the physical stuff, but we're actually spiritual beings. And so a really powerful indicator for you as to whether you're more in touch with your source energy is if you feel feelings of joy, gratitude, peace. You know that your vibe is high. But when you are sort of feeling fearful, worried about money or whatever it is, your vibe is now vibrating at a lower frequency. So the goal in your life is to be joyful, be happy, right? So we have to do the work to keep that vibe high. We have to understand, pay attention to our emotions, our beliefs, all of the stuff that has the possibility to bring our energy down. And all of those beliefs, they're all programming. It's all programming from present life experience. As we experience life, we formulate beliefs. When stuff happens, we formulate a belief. When I had challenges in the education system, I emerged with the belief that I was stupid, right? And so now I give up on my dreams, and you can see the ripple effect that happened in my life until I was able to reconnect to who I am. Not who I think I am, but who I truly am. My essence and nature as a powerful spiritual being with a mission and a mission in life. Just as you are a powerful spiritual being with a mission, you came to this earth, this planet, with a goal and a mission. And it's all about, our spiritual journey is about remembering that. And the more you lean into your spirit, that part of you that's infinite and immortal and eternal, the more you remember. You have an opportunity to remember the totality, the fullness of who you are, who you once were, and who you have the potential to become as you activate the best and release and let go of the rest. So past life and ancestral exploration, hugely important. These are going to be topics that we're going to be covering in the Free Your Spirit podcast. And then managing your energy. Now, it's not just about managing your energy, it's also about having an awareness of the energy around you, the energy of the universe. Everything is energy, and understanding your place within all of that and how you can harness and leverage the energy of the universe to help you manifest your dreams. Because as you match the frequency of that which you desire, like attracts like, and you can draw it into your life. So it is that balance of having an ability to manage your energy and how you interact with the world, your environment, the energy around you. And finally, very, very important theme, very dear to my heart, is nature, Mother Nature. This Mother Nature is our teacher. She is a mirror for us. She mirrors to us the perfection of life. When you look at a flower, that flower doesn't question, am I good enough to blossom and bloom and be beautiful? What will the other flowers think if I just allow myself to be a beautiful flower and just enrich the lives of everybody that sees me? No, it doesn't worry. It just is. Mother Nature is. You think about bees, and just the intricate interweaving of life. Every part of nature has a purpose, and they all work in a very synchronistic way and beautiful way, until man starts monkeying around with things and messing the whole thing up, right? But Mother Nature she's a beautiful mirror for us of the power and potential within us, that we too are part of this big weaving of life, that we have a power that moves through us, and that there is so much potential. And so Mother Nature, the more we spend time in nature, the more we can come back to balance, and feel that alignment to source energy. You know that. When you stop in your tracks, when you see an incredible sunset, and it's like, so beautiful. It speaks to your soul. It's because you feel that connection, that beauty around you. So nature is so powerful. I live in on a very remote island. We're only accessible by boat or by plane, and in the heart of Heiltsuk traditional territory on the central west coast of British Columbia, Canada. And for me, having the opportunity to live here, the blessing to live here in nature, where I get an opportunity to see bears in my backyard chomping away on apples, or hearing the wolves in the morning, whales. It's such a blessing to have this opportunity in nature. It fills me up, But had I not followed my intuition, quit my position in Amsterdam, like I was really good at what I did. I could have just stayed there, but I didn't. I knew what the next step I had to leave. But I could have spent my whole life in a city working in an office if I didn't allow myself to open myself up to my intuition, to my calling, to my spirit that was guiding me to take all of these steps to get to where I am today. So there you have it, folks. I just wanted to share with you, I felt it was important to share with you, my passion, that you understand how obsessed I am with supporting you in opening up those lines of communication with your spirit so that you can unlock your spiritual superpowers and really sort of move through life with joy, grace and ease, and feel that deep sense of peace and purpose rippling through your life and out into the world. And so that's the goal here, that I'll be sharing with you everything you need to know to do that, all of it. And so I'm so thrilled that you took the time to press play, and I hope you enjoyed this inaugural podcast episode. I'm so excited. We'll be diving into all of the things, all of the topics that are going to help you, guide you, support you, so that you too can live your greatest, most beautiful life. And I'm so excited. Alrighty, my fellow soul traveler, I shall say bye for now, sending you much love and blessings, and I shall see you in the next episode. Bye for now.